Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on out to week number 5 of the BBR Battle Royale. My name is CBAD, coach of the Detroit Steelwings. We are here today taking on Platinum Howler and the Delta Gligars. If you guys are new, you guys like Draft League content, feel free to subscribe for more. If you guys are excited for today's battle, go ahead and leave a like down below. We are playing an undefeated team, which is always something exciting in my opinion. And then of course, if you guys want to check out some more content, feel free to check out the links in the description. We do have a gaming channel with daily let's plays. We've got a Patreon for some additional content rewards as well. Definitely go check either of those out. We also do have some brand new merch available for a limited time. On top of the Detroit Steelwings merch, full face cam, we do have our very first Be Great, Do Great merchandise line drop that is available through the end of the month. Definitely feel free to check that out as well. This is going to be a little bit of a longer team builder because there were some free agent transactions that were made in between last week and this week. So I'll do my best to address those, why we went about that, and the reason for it. So I guess the first reason, first things first, to go check out my opponent's side of the battle. Link will be in the description, of course. The last week's battle did not go as planned, and I don't think that I played poorly. I think that our team just got overwhelmed, and that is the reason for some of the free agent transactions today. We did end up losing last week. We lost 3-0, so we are now currently 3-1, looking to pick up our 4th victory. We're going to bounce back this week, but we did make some transactions. There were 2 moves that we made. First one that we made was in an attempt to gain a little bit more offensive pressure. When I did my draft analysis, when I put together the team, I had originally drafted Scissor as a offensive threat, and the few weeks that it did come, it was a defensive check, and the 1 week that it did come offensively, it really didn't get that much of a chance to shine. So maybe it just didn't shine well because it was up against a Cinderace, but it just did not. It kind of left me, you know, when we were building the teams, there were more Pokemon that just came to the table immediately offensively than Scissor. So we had to take away some of that with Scissor. And then the other thing that unfortunately happened last week is that Little Rider, our War Turtle, he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders, but unfortunately he could not hang with Bandit or Shifu, Scarf, Mamoswine, things like that. So we did need to pick up just a little bit more bulk. So the 2 free agent transactions we made, unfortunately, Mark 85, the Scissor, has been let go into free agency. He will no longer be playing with the Steelwings the rest of the season. We wish him the best in his future endeavors. And unfortunately, also Noelle the Noivern has also been let go into free agency as well. She has served the team well, and we will wish her the best in her future endeavors as well. Newcomers to the team for the week 5 and moving onward through the remainder of the season of BBR Battle Royale. We are picking up Shuriken the Haxorus, and we are also picking up Hugh the Tangrowth. Now, first Pokemon I'll talk about is Haxorus. Haxorus being left on the board really was really surprising, actually. We wanted after dropping Noelle, we wanted a dragon type that could do some pretty heavy damage, and Haxorus has 147 base attack. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. So Shuriken is going to be doing his best to just kind of bring that same offensive pressure to the table, being able to set up a Dragon Dance, being able to set up a Swords Dance, appreciating Veil support as well is really nice, hitting just that much harder. We gain a little bit more speed than Scissor. We lose a little bit of priority. The only priority Haxorus gets is first impression, and then we lose the hazard removal as well. But Haxorus does bring a lot to the table, both with its Mold Breaker ability and its Unnerve ability. Mold Breaker, if I were to click Toxic in front of Magic Bounce, it ignores that. If I were to click Earthquake in front of Levitate, it ignores Levitate and hits it. So things like that. And then Unnerve, my opponent cannot eat a berry if they're holding it. So if it's a resistance berry, an HP berry, things like that, it will not eat it in front of Haxorus. And then Tangrowth. Tangrowth is huge. A lot of people were saying on the draft analysis originally that I did not have a lot of Pokemon to deal with offensive waters. And I agree to that. I agree with that. That was certainly, that wasn't something I was like, yeah, Pshaw. But Tangrowth being on the table does provide us a lot of bulk, 100 HP attack, 125 defense, and 110 special attack. 50 special defense is really not that much, but being able to pair it with an Assault Vest is always really nice. But really, being able to take those physical hits, pairing pretty nicely with Mandibuzz, in my opinion. We do have the Regenerator ability, which does give us a little bit more longevity. So while we lost out on 2 Defoggers, we still have our Defogger in the form of Mandibuzz. We still have our Rapid Spinner in the form of Alolan Sandslash. And then we did pick up some more offensive pressure and some more defensive backbone. So all that being said, we're going to start breaking down the teams here against this. You guys will see somewhere on screen in post-production some text floating on the screen in case you guys want to just hop right on into the battle. But all that being said, thank you guys again for all the support on the Draft League content. It's been wonderful. I've been loving uploading and seeing your guys' comments and your feedback, and just you guys are overall enjoying this. So thank you again for that. Yeah, you guys are going to start to see some teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent's team consists of Volcarona, Rotom Wash, Lycanroc Dusk, Aromatisse, Pangoro, Dragalge, Sandslash, Alakazam, Trevenant, and Stoutland. Some things to note about my opponent's team. He has 3 Pokemon exceeding base 100. Volcarona sitting right at base 100. Lycanroc Dusk at 110 and Alakazam at 120. 2 Rockers in the form of Lycanroc and Sandslash. A Toxic Spiker in the form of Dragalge. Spinner in the form of Sandslash. 2 Defoggers in the form of Rotom and Volcarona. And then a pretty well-rounded Cleric in the form of Aromatisse. So, some things to note just about my opponent's team. The 6 that I think he's going to be bringing are Alakazam, Volcarona, Rotom Wash, Pangoro, Aromatisse, and Sandslash. I keep adding... Do I have like an extra finger? I keep counting one extra somewhere, but those are the 6 that I think are going to be showing up. We're going to start breaking down our team here, and because we got some newcomers, what better way than to test them out than to just throw them right into the course. First member we are bringing this week is Shrukan the Haxorus. He is rocking his Lumberry with the Mold Breaker ability. Dragon Dance, Dual Chop, Earthquake, and Close Combat. 28 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in attack, 228 EVs in speed with an Adamant Nature. Now, 228 EVs in speed with an Adamant Nature. We are outspeeding Jolly Stoutland at 145, so we hit 146. Rotom will be a little bit faster than us if it is Scarf or if it is offensive, but it doesn't get coverage anymore to hinder us. And in case it does have the Will-O-Wisp or something like that, we do have our Lumberry to where we can Dragon Dance in front of it. We do have 28 EVs in HP. Gives us that auto mount. Gives us just put all your EVs there once you're done, so that way it can just take a little bit more hits. And then 252 EVs with an Adamant Nature just capitalizes on that 147 base attack stat. He only has 2 Pokemon that exceed a 100 base defense. Everything else just gets hit hard. So Dragon Dance is really nice. After a Dragon Dance, we do outspeed +1 Stoutland, of course. We'll outspeed the entire team, but we'll outspeed +1 Stoutland and below. Things like that. So like Scarf Pangoro will outspeed. Modest Scarf Rotom will outspeed. We'll outspeed Volcarona, we'll outspeed Lycanroc, Alakazam, things like that. Close Combat is really nice. Close Combat hits super effectively the Stoutland. It hits the Pangoro super effectively. We've got Earthquake there. Earthquake hits the Rotom through the Levitate, which is really, really nice. It also hits Lycanroc Dusk, as does Close Combat. Earthquake also hits the Dragalge super effectively. And then Dual Chop. Dual Chop's an interesting one. A lot of people like to run Dragon Claw. A lot of people like to run Outrage. We went with Dual Chop because what Dual Chop does... Oh, God, where did it go? Where did it go? It's a 40 base power move, and it hits twice. So what that does is, in my opinion, Close Combat and Earthquake hit a lot on his team already. The main concern that I have going for Dual Chop is against something like Sash Alakazam to revenge us with, like, Sash Counter or something along those lines. So being able to go for a Dual Chop to Alakazam. What we end up doing here, let me just... what we end up doing to a Focus Sash Alakazam with Dual Chop. If I can please type today. I can't type today. I'm sorry. What we end up doing with Dual Chop is 110 to 130. It is a multi-hit move, so the first one breaks the Sash. The second one will finish it off. Psychic from a Focus Sash Alakazam to 66 to 79. If he does bring the Dazzling Gleam, again, if we're at full, it does 80 to 94. So we are able to take some of those hits. If we can get a Dragon Dance up, we're in a really, really good spot to just click buttons in front of his team. All of our Dual Chop is a 90% accurate move. Other than that, Earthquake, Close Combat, 100% accurate moves. He does have some notable priority in Lycanroc Dusk and Pangoro with both the Accelerock and things like Bullet Punch. So that's something we'll need to keep in mind. But other than that, we do have a great speed tier this week after a Dragon Dance. Very reliable setup in front of something like Volcarona or in front of something like Rotom Wash. If Volcarona is not a Quiver Dance set, if it's a supportive set, we can go for a Dragon Dance on a Will-O-Wisp. Same thing with Rotom, and go from there. The next Pokemon that we are bringing on the team, because my opponent has both a Volcarona and an Alakazam, I felt like this was a really standard week for our defensive core. So the next Pokemon that we are bringing is Parkway the Mandibuzz. She's rocking her heavy duty boots with the Overcoat ability. Roost, U-Turn, Foul Play, and Brave Bird. We have 252 EVs in HP, 4 in defense, 252 in special defense with a Calm Nature. Now, what does that do for us? So We have so much special defense because this is really just here to take hits from Alakazam. Alakazam gets Nasty Plot now. If Alakazam goes for a Nasty Plot, it can be very troublesome. Same thing with Volcarona. Volcarona gets a Quiver Dance up. That can be very, very troublesome for us. So Foul Play does respective damage to the Alakazam itself. Let me just pull this up here. So Life Orb Alakazam with Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam has a 0.4% chance to 2-hit KO us. Foul Play does 78 to 92. So we do have the opportunity to go for a Foul Play and knock that thing out. We can U-turn on the switch, things like that. If he does, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. A +2 Alakazam, yeah, 82 to 98. It's absolutely it's terrifying if this thing does get anything up. We can live a +2 Life Orb Dazzling Gleam from this thing and go for a Foul Play for some damage. But after that, it's like, what else do I do? So Mandibuzz comes in for that, and that also helps out with the Volcarona. It does help out with the Volcarona as well. Volcarona can, prior to Flamethrower, does 26 to 32. If he does get to +1, it's still a 3-hit KO. If he gets to +2, Flamethrower is still a 2-hit KO. He needs, even at +4, it's a 2-hit KO. So it takes these hits really, really well. Brave Bird does 75 to 90 to a standard offensive Volcarona. Being able to roost for the recovery, Heavy Duty Boots in case he does get up any Stealth Rocks, being able to keep our health as good as it can. U-turn for momentum as well. Overcoat really, Big Pecs didn't really seem like a necessary ability this week. Either to Weak Armor, frankly. So that is why we're going with Overcoat there. The next Pokemon that we are bringing is going to be Hugh the Tangrowth. He is rocking his Rocky Helmet with the Regenerator ability. Knock off Sleep Powder, Giga Drain, and Rock Tomb. 252 EVs in HP, defense, and 4 EVs in special defense with a relaxed nature. Now, this Pokemon, similarly to Mandibuzz being very specially defensive to take on the special defensive hits, we needed a Pokemon to take the physically defensive hits as well. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, because of Dragalge, Mandibuzz can also help pivot around with Dragalge as well. Tangrowth, he's got some physical hitters. Between Stoutland, Pangoro, and Lycanroc Dusk, we needed a Pokemon that can switch in on that. After last week, Ryder was really not wanting to take those hits anymore. He's like, boss, please, I'm done. Hap. So we're gonna bench him this week. He's been putting in a lot of work, but he's not a full-grown Blastoise. He's still a little baby Wartortle, so we need to give him a break. So he was gonna come in with the Rocky Helmet and the Regenerator. Knockoff's nice for removing items on anything that wants to switch into this thing. Tossing off a Sleep Powder is nice because it gives us a switch out. If they're trying to burn a turn of sleep, that gives us a turn into Haxorus to click Dragon Dance. Putting something to sleep is also always nice. Giga Drain is there. Giga Drain is just nice for the recovery. It hits Rotom, it hits Lycanroc Dusk, it hits Sand Slash. And then Rock Tomb as well, in case Volcarona takes an opportunity to want to click River Dance in front of me. Rock Tomb does a lot of damage to that thing. Let me just pull up a Volcarona, said not Volcanion. We're not playing Volcanion. 80 to 95 uninvested Rock Tomb does to Volcarona. So that'll be really nice. So we can do that. We can switch out into Mandibuzz and take one of those hits. We can switch out into another Pokemon and try to go from there. But yeah, Volcarona, we don't want to take a hit, so we really do need to call that Quiver Dance. If Tangrowth is in and we go for Rock Tomb, that's going to have to be that play right there. But other than that, Regenerator and Rocky Helmet, we're chipping down on some of his physical threats. We are getting our recovery back and pairing it nicely with the gosh diggity darn Mandibuzz, because he does not have an Ice type to threaten both of our defensive Pokemon. So that is always a fun thing to take advantage of. The next Pokemon on the team, we've got a weird offensive pairing this week. So we've got set up Haxorus. The next two Pokemon on the team really rip and tear his team apart, and I figured the best way to do that would be to run them both with a choice spec. So we have two choice specs users this week. Again, mainly because I don't like, he's got a lot of Pokemon that have a heavy special defense, and we're just going to wear them down to the point where we outspeed, we hit hard, we hit fast. So the first Pokemon we have on the team, or the fourth Pokemon, first of these two Pokemon that I'm speaking on, DK the Salazzle. She is rocking her choice specs with the Corrosion ability, Sludge Wave, Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse, and Overheat, 12 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in special attack, 244 EVs in speed with a modest nature. Now, with the modest nature, we are outspeeding Volcarona. We blow it backwards with a Specs Overheat. We also do, I believe, respectable damage with the Specs Flamethrower, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Let me just check here. Flamethrower doing 68 to 80, Sludge Wave doing 71 to 85, Overheat 87.5% chance to Oko, standard Volcarona. So Overheat he just doesn't have a switch in. Like Rotom switches into this thing, but it doesn't want to spec Sludge Wave. Dragon Pulse, between Sludge Wave and Flamethrower, we pretty much handle the team. Overheat, just if we need to just raw power, we just drop an Overheat right there. And then Dragon Pulse is nice because the only Pokemon that really reliably, in my opinion, switches in on his team to Salazzle's dual stab is going to be Dragalge. Being able to, like, if we can call that and go for the Dragon Pulse, that'll be really, really nice. I don't know if Dragalge will show up, but I definitely think the Dragon Pulse is necessary just in case it does. Again, 244 in speed. We're not outspeeding Lycanroc Dusk. We naturally can, but it has Accelerock, or it gets access to Accelerock. So I don't want that to happen. I just don't. So there's no sense in outspeeding it when he can blow me backwards with an Accelerock. The next Pokemon we are bringing of the double choice specs pair is going to be Crash the Jolteon. He's also rocking his choice specs with the Volt Absorb. This does provide us an electric immunity for Rotom Wash, going for Thunder Wave, Discharge, Thunderbolt, or Volt Switch. The 4 moves that we have on this Jolteon: Thunderbolt, Baton Pass, Volt Switch, and Shadow Ball. 68 EVs in HP, 4 in defense, 252 in special attack, 4 in special defense, 180 in speed with a timid nature. I need a bottle of water after this recording. 180 in speed with a timid nature. We're outspeeding his entire team, including Alakazam. Thunderbolt and Volt Switch are just great stab to have. Shadow Ball is there for the Trevenants. And then Baton Pass, so you can Dry Pass in this league in case Sandslash shows up. I do want to be able to have that Baton Pass just to get a prediction off to bring in something else like Salazzle, like Haxorus, like Tangrowth, things like that. So Baton Pass just so we don't get locked in against the Sandslash there. Again, Dry Passing only. We're not working up and Baton Passing. We're not doing any stat passing. We are just Baton Passing. So that is perfectly legal by the terms of the league. Again, Specs, Thunderbolt, and Volt Switch, just run with it. And then Shadow Ball is there for the Trevenant, just in case. There weren't too many moves we needed to bring. Like Sandslash, I mean, doesn't want to take a Spec Shadow Ball, let alone anything else. So that is something else to note. If Sandslash is weakened, we start tossing out some Shadow Balls, and that'll be the end of story there. So between Jolteon and Salazzle, I think we're going to have a pretty good offensive pairing there from the special side. Haxorus being able to pick up some hits on the physical side. The last Pokemon that we are going to be bringing is going to be hidden below the Diggersby. He's rocking his Assault Vest with the huge power ability. Knock Off, U-Turn, Smackdown, and Earthquake. We have 244 EVs in attack, 100 EVs in special defense, 164 EVs in speed with a Jolly Nature. Now, this helps us out against the defensive Rotom going for Hydro Pump. This helps us out against the Volcarona as well. With this set, we are living a +1 overheat from Volcarona after rocks, Smackdown Okos. We are speed creeping, so with 164 in speed with the Jolly Nature, I think Rotom's going to play a more defensive role this game, and here's where my mindset came in. So 244 EVs in attack, Okos, Volcarona with Smackdown, Knock Off, U-Turn, and Earthquake are great to have. U-Turn for the momentum, Knock Off for moving items, Earthquake goes really unresisted after, none of his Pokemon want to switch into Earthquake after Rotom Wash goes down, so that is something to note. The speed on this, 108 special defense EVs with the Assault Vest allow us to live the +1 overheat after rocks. The speed on this, so Rotom Wash is definitely playing a defensive role this game. What Rotom Wash can do is Rotom Wash can actually outpace Alolan Sandslash outside of Hail if he feels that it is going to show up. He does not need that much speed. So Alolan Sandslash outside of Hail tops out at 128 speed. If I were running a defensive Rotom Wash, I would want to outpace that Alolan Sandslash outside of Hail to get a Will-O-Wisp off. My thoughts. So, that being said, I am pacing this to outpace that Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash outpacing Alolan Sandslash, I outpace that Rotom Wash. So I hit 130, Rotom Wash hits 129, Alolan Sandslash hits at 128. Speed creeping gets a little weird when you put that much thought into it, but that was the speed tier that I thought we would go with on there. If it looks like I'm lined up to go for an Earthquake, Smackdown does remove the Levitate ability from Rotom, and if it is that defensive set, taking a Smackdown into Earthquake does not bode well. So we're going to be able to take care of that thing and then just start clicking buttons with Diggersby as well. That is going to be the team, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you again for watching. We're going to hop right on into the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 5 of the BBR Battle Royale. My name is CBAD, coach of the Detroit Steel Wings, and we are here today with week number 5, as I think I just said already. You guys see the 6. If you guys didn't watch Steam Build, you guys see the 6 that I'm bringing right down below. You guys see the 6 that my opponent is ringing right down there. If you guys didn't watch the team builder, we got 2 new members, Haxorus and Tangrowth, for Scissor and Noel the Noivern. Go check that out so you guys get a little bit more reasoning behind that. Leave a like if you guys are excited. Pick up some merch. We also have the new merch line that is available right now. I will see you guys at team preview. All right, so there were some changes on my opponent's team. Different than what I expected. We do not see Alakazam. We do not see the Rotom Wash. We do not see the Sandslash. Instead, we see the Trevenant. We see the Lycanroc Dusk. We also see the Dragalge as well. The Trevenant, Volcarona, Lycanroc, Pangoro, Aromatisse, and Dragalge. My opponent leads off with Trevenant here. My opponent leads off with Trevenant, which gets hurt really bad by a Spec Shadow Ball. But nonetheless, I am just going to Volt Switch out. And we are going to get some decent damage off on that. That is doing about offensive range. So let's go on ahead. Let's go out into... Let's go out into Mandibuzz here. Let's go out into Mandibuzz and see what he wants to do. Maybe the Poltergeist? Substitute. Oh, boy. Substitute. Oh, boy. He's Harvest. Citrus Berry. Oh, boy. All right. Well. We are just going to foul play this thing. That's not what I wanted to see. I should have Shadow Balled, man. Should have Shadow Ball. What do you got for me? Will-O-Wisp? We are faster, and he's got Curse. Oh, okay. That's not what I wanted to see. We're going to take a little bit of damage from Curse. That's fine. I think I'm going to U-turn out. As he harvests the Citrus Berry. And he is going to get that back. Sub-Curse. Interesting. Okay. Very, very interesting. I can knock him out now that he sees that I'm faster. I'm just going to U-turn. I think he might switch. We'll see what he wants to do. Tangrowth is also a pretty decent pivot, I feel like. Especially if he's going to try to wear us down. Especially if he feels like, that's a really interesting set. I like that. Maybe Shadow Ball was the better play with Jolteon there. Let's just U-turn. He could Curse, like, just freely right now. Like, if he predicts that, he would draw. So we're going to get some good, we're going to get some momentum here. And his Drag Me to Hell. That's the Aromatisse. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. So, I'm going to bring out... I'm going to bring out Decay. I'm going to do that. Sludge Wave blows this thing backwards. Overheat also has a chance to knock it out, which is I'm leaning towards going for that as a middle ground play in case Dragalge comes in. Like, Sludge Wave's such an obvious play. I'm going to go for the Overheat. Like, he could just be the Poison Berry, you know? Oh, he could be. Oh, so close. So close. Does he have Psychic for me? He does have Psychic. So can I live this? I cannot. Oh, I should have Sludge Wave. He might have been, let's see. Did he have leftovers? He might have been the, what's it called? He could have just been the berry. I'm gonna go out into Haxorus here. Because with this thing pretty low, we're pretty safe to just kind of start clicking moves here. Let me just click Earthquake. That goes pretty unresisted against his team. So, Salazzle being gone is unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure Aromatisse might have been the Psychic Berry. And going for Earthquake right here does good damage to almost everything on his team as well. We're going to go for the Earthquake. Dragon Stab is now unresisted. Haxorus KOs Aromatisse. Okay, so unfortunately, Salazzle went down a little prematurely. That ultimately, like, that's fine. Dragalge and Lycanroc and Volcarona to an extent could have done some stuff. So it's not the end of the world here. Let's just see what Haxorus is doing to a few other of his Pokemon. As he goes out into Pangoro here. Now, Pangoro can hurt us. However, close combat hurts this thing back. I'm going to go out first into Tangrowth to see what he wants to go for. Because if he's like all the berry baiting, that like Chople Berry, that would hurt, and then close combat's gonna hurt back. Let's go on to Tangrowth. Let's see what he wants to do here. As he goes for Parting Shot. Interesting. Okay. So close combat would have been great there. Personally. Volcarona can definitely come out. And I need to 100% click Rock Tomb. I 100% click Rock Tomb against that thing. Yeah, 55 to 65 to that thing, and we keep the speed low. Yeah, I think if Volcarona comes out, I need to click Rock Tomb, because that screams I'm setting up now. But let's see what he wants to do. Dragalge could come in. He might not be ready to click QD. He might not be ready. So let's see. Saletta. Oh, okay. Okay. Every move you're going to go for is going to hurt. I'm going right out into Mandibuzz here. I'm glad Volcarona didn't make that play. And now that we know, so when we switched out with Haxorus, he might not think that I'm set up. So let's try to keep that in mind. Dragalge's probably going to go for a poison move here. Focus Blast. That might hurt a little bit. 163 to 109. Not bad. Not bad at all. That did about 25% to us. That is definitely like choice specs, I believe, or at least modest. That could be. I'm going to roost off this damage here. I need this around. So I'm going to roost. Okay. So he's not choice, maybe. He's not choice. Let's see what he wants to go for now. Sludge Wave. Okay. That's fine. Sludge Wave's doing a little bit more. 133. Okay. I'll roost here again. Why not? So he's not choice. So that's pretty good for us, because what that lets me do is that lets me go out into Diggersby here on the next one. No poison either. Okay. Let's just U-turn. Let's go out into Diggersby here. If he drops the Draco right here, huge. Huge. I live it, but it's huge. Let's go on to Diggersby here. We've seen Focus Blast and Sludge Wave. Not choiced. And he goes for the Sludge Wave here. This should be doing about 22 to 26 to us. Yep. Looking like about it. Yep, that did about 24. So he's definitely modest. Earthquake's pretty free. I'm just going to click it. I'm just clicking Earthquake. He withdraws. Okay. That's fine by me. And he goes out into Treeville. Okay. That's cool. We'll be able to knock this thing out. Now, part of me wants him to think I'm like scarfed. I'm gonna go for another earthquake here. I don't want to show off more than I have to. All right, cool. Dig KOs. Dig KOs. What's his name? Trevenants. Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. Now then, what does he bring in now? Well, if he's doing calcs though, he might be like, well, why is Sludge Wave not doing that much? But if I'm gonna play it like I'm scarfed right now. I'm gonna play it like I'm scarfed and see what we can do here. We still have potential to maybe do something with Haxorus as well. Haxorus may be more late game. I think we lost our setup opportunity without a Rotom. So let's see what he wants to go out for. He goes out to Monokuma. That is the Pangoro. Okay. Now, he saw that last time I went for that. Do I U-turn here? I'm naturally faster, right? 129. Pangoro hits what? Pangoro hits 121. I'm going to U-turn here. I'm going to U-turn. I'll get some super effective damage off on this thing. Ooh. Oh, it's neutral. That's right. Okay. So he now knows I'm not scarfed. That might have been a messed up on my part. I will just go out into... What do you go for? Close combat? I'll go out into Tangrowth here. Drain Punch. Okay. Drain Punch, and he's going to get some Rocky Helmet damage as well. No sweat off my back. Because we were going to see Rocky Helmet, and I see nothing else. So, part of me wants to just click Rock Tomb. I don't think that was banded. I'm going to click Sleep Powder. I can take another hit from this thing. I see Parting Shots. Okay, so he's not choiced either. I'm going to click Sleep Powder in case he goes out in a Volcarona. Or Dragalge, really, because if he goes out into Dragalge, I need to make some plays, man. Here's Soletta. Okay. Fine by me. Fine by me. If I can sleep this thing, that'd be nice. We do connect. Awesome. All right. He has burned no turns of sleep. I am going to go out into Haxorus here. I'm going to go on to Haxorus, and I think I'm just going to click Earthquake. I think that's going to be my safest bet overall. Let's see what he wants to do here. Because we got the sleep off. We're going to get our regen back for the Drain Punch. We know Pangoro's not Scarf. Or not choiced, and same thing with Dragalge. Lycanroc still could be choiced. Volcarona still could be choiced. He withdraws, actually, and he goes out into Monokuma, which is going to be the Pangoro. Okay, fine by me. Now, I'm curious. We know he's not scarfed against Pangoro. What would you be? The close combat knocks you out. Choppleberry? Dual Chop is 56 to 71 if he's Choppleberry. I'm gonna go for the close combat. Are you Choppleberry? He's not. Okay, cool. So we're gonna pick up the kill. Oh, what? What? And he goes for the Drain Punch. Okay. That's gonna hurt a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine. He's going to take a little bit. He might like Bullet Punch here to pick me off. I feel like Bullet Punch would be a good play on his part. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Now, does Bullet Punch from this range knock me out, though? -1 defense. Bullet Punch is 25 to 30 from Adamant. I'm at 26. Do I let this thing go down? I'm gonna Earthquake just in case he's like, let's go Dragalge. He does have the Bullet Punch. Can I live this at -1? Oh, we live on 2. All right, and I think Earthquake should be able to knock him out. Oh my God, we are really going for this right now. We are really going for this. Let's switch out. I'm gonna go Tangrowth in case he like Bullet Punches. I'm gonna keep this thing around. Because the Dragalge comes in, I'm gonna click a move. I'm gonna keep this thing around on 2. He parting shots right now. God plays. God plays. Bullet Punch. Okay, so Tang KOs Tangoro. With helmet. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Beelzebub. All right, here it comes. I am 100% clicking Rock Tomb right here. As he goes for the Quiver Dance. Okay. Oh, he's okay. I was like, wait, did I miss? Okay, so he's Charty Berry. Okay. All right. Okay. I think what I need to do is I need to sack Haxorus here. I'm going to sack Haxorus here to the Volcarona. And he goes for Fiery Dance. Okay. Fine by me. He gets a special attack boost. That is not good. Bulk KOs Hax. Okay. Now then. +2. Diggersby is at 122.76. Flamethrower has a chance to knock us out. Fiery Dance does not. I don't think he'd have both. Bug Buzz does 71 to 85. Same thing as Flamethrower. He's got a chance to knock us out either way. I think I need to make that play here. And go on to Diggersby. Otherwise, we just lose. Goes for the Bug Buzz. Can we live that? Oh, we live on 7. Thank you, Diggersby. And we knock out Volcarona. Okay. 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 We're in there. We're in there. We're not doing too bad. Here comes Fenrir. Here comes Fenrir. What do we have left? I'm going to go out into Tangrowth here. I'm going to go out into Tangrowth. If he is banded, he's not hurting us all that much. Let's just see. I need to keep these guys around. So we switch. So he does not. As he goes for the close combat. Okay. That hurts a lot. That did 26. He's not banded. He is not banded. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to knock off. I'm going to knock off. He goes for a close combat again. Okay. So it's a good thing we didn't switch out to Diggersby. And we knock him out. Kang KOs Lycanroc. Okay. He goes out into Soletta. Soletta has not burnt any turns of sleep. I'm going to go right on out into Diggersby. I'm going to go right on out into Diggersby and try to Earthquake. Please no first turn wake up. Fast asleep. All right. I think we win this right here by clicking Earthquake. Unless he shook a berry as well. He is not, and I believe that is going to be game. All right. Dig KOs Dragalge, and that is going to be a 4-0 victory for the Detroit Steel Wings. We're bouncing back. We made some changes. We're coming back through. Thank you again to Howler for the match, guys. Go check out Howler's side of the battle as well. Definitely great prep on his part with the Charty Berry on Volcarona. I loved the Sub Curse Trevenants there. Parting Shot and Pangoro. I always forget that thing gets Parting Shot, so it just makes it that much more harder to deal with. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, show some love on that like button down below. If you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more as well. Check out the Let's Play channel, CBAD Gaming, down below. Check out also the Patreon if you guys want to go that extra step. Detroit Steel Wings merchandise available. Be great, do great. Merchandise drop 1 is available through the end of the month, never to be released again. Our first merch drop ever. I am so excited, and I hope you guys take part in that. Let me know if you guys do. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm going to let this outro bang. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Later.